Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Today we're here live together. We're going to hopefully there's not an echo. We're going to be talking about how pretty much what we have turned into our thing. What we do is helping to people to share their genius or expertise through digital products and make money, make a continuity business out of it. So we're going to talk about some of the things that we're doing to help people do that and some of the wins. We actually had a challenge 3 weeks ago. Called the Share Your Genius with Continuity Challenge. And we've been getting really good feedback about it. A lot of awesome results have come from that challenge with people that participated in it. So we wanted to just kind of talk through that a little bit today. Because we've found that there's a whole group of you out there that you're like, I'm really good at this thing. I know so much about this topic. I love it. I'm passionate about it. Or I just, love to talk about this with people. But I haven't figured out how to actually monetize this, or how does this fit into an offer, or how does this fit into something that people actually want to pay me to learn or to do. And so we affectionately call you geeks. We are geeks in our thing. You're a geek in your own thing. And it is like our mission in life to show you that you can actually do that. You can share your geekdom with people that also want to geek out on that thing with you. There is a group of people out there that want to know your thing, that want to learn it, that want you to share it. And so that is like our mission in our business in GeekOut, is to help you be able to do that. We call it the GeekOut formula or Geek formula. We go back and forth. I don't know that we've settled the GeekOut framework that is bridging the gap between your expertise and continuity. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let Andrea talk.
No, I think it was so well said.
Andrea, I don't hear your audio for some reason. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to keep talking. Click buttons. I still don't hear you. You might need to maybe leave and come back. I don't know. Yeah, no, still don't hear you. Shoot, I heard you like right before we went live. We were chatting. Okay. Oh, so weird. Oh, maybe it's me. Hold on. It could. Oh, I'm totally muted. My computer muted when we went live. Hang on a second.
There we go.
So everybody else has been hearing you. I haven't been hearing you. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I think it was so well said, everything you just said. And I think that the coolest part is that, in addition to being geeks, there are people who love ClickFunnels, both the software and the strategy. Really, I think it's more of the strategy and the desire that Russell has created with the linchpin, but recognize that maybe how do they actually execute their genius through the linchpin to get to the continuity and continuity in their business. And so the framework is designed to help exactly that issue. So we've really enjoyed it. We've got really great results. People have just been joining the Geek Out Academy, and it's been awesome. It's been really cool.
And I love all the cats right now.
Oh my God. Like, I was gone for like 3 hours, and it's like I was gone for an eternity. I'm like, you guys are ridiculous.
They really missed you. I love it. Okay, so when we talk about continuity, we've discovered that like when a lot of people talk about continuity in the ClickFunnels community, and it's just because this is how it's talked about, they're talking about residual income. We've expanded that because there's actually a greater definition of continuity and having continuity in your business that like the rest of the world uses. And that is having consistency and congruency and like throughout all the systems and like everything within your business. You as the business owner showing up to your business is continuity, like on a consistent basis, right? Mm-hmm. People in your programs, like your customers or your clients continually coming back, like that's continuity, not just the monetary part of it. Mm-hmm. And even like moving like the value ladder, like someone comes in at the bottom, but they keep coming back, but they are also ascending, like that's continuity. So there's this whole way to build a continuity business. that involves more than just launching a subscription offer. And so that is what we're doing here, is taking your expertise and actually turning it into a continuity business, one that you love showing up to because it's founded
Mhm.
and created around the thing that you love to show up for. And that you like talking about it with people, and we figure out how do we make that desirable to people in a way that they want to pay you. Okay. So we did the challenge 3 weeks ago. We had
Yep.
amazing results. People are posting their homework. And so I kind of wanted to, I guess maybe spoiler alert, we're running the challenge again, which is why we're
Dun, dun,
talking about it today.
dun.
Because because we decided we are only actually going to run this challenge once a quarter since we did it
Mhm.
3 weeks ago. And we didn't actually say that, like, hey, we're only gonna, like, the next time we're running this is gonna be in 2024, maybe March of 2024. We didn't really say that to everybody, so we wanted to do it one more time before the end of the year, so that you have the opportunity to participate before you can't for several months, because several months go by. That's a whole period of time when you could have launched your Facebook group, you could have launched your YouTube channel, you could have launched your offer, you could have people paying you monthly. Like in 3 months, you can accomplish all of that. That is, part of our Geek Out Academy Catalyst program. So we wanted to make sure that you knew about it, that you have the opportunity to join. I'll put a link, but Andrea, can you talk us through, because it's a 3-day challenge. We've
Yep.
very carefully and intentionally crafted these 3 days to be
Mhm.
just like the coolest. And it's not your
Mhm.
normal everyday challenge where you show up, you get a lot of hype, you get a lot of mindset and a lot of fluff in the challenge. We don't like
Mhm.
those kinds of challenges.
Mm-mm.
We don't even participate. Like, we sign up with like full intention. And then, like, for me personally, I'll speak for myself, I don't come back after day 1 because I'm like, that was kind of a waste of my time.
Yeah,
I didn't need that. I
exactly.
can be doing other things. So
Mhm.
we've loaded up the challenge with it's basically workshops for 3 days, because it's not just vomiting information at you and then saying, like, now go write down your wish or your vision for, the next 90 days, like what a lot of the challenges do. It's like, no, let's like create your blueprint. Let's like make some
Yep.
decisions and create a blueprint for what you need to do to move forward, and you pretty much have a map of what you need to go and do at the end of the challenge. So Andrea, will you share what the 3 days are?
Yeah, it's I first of all, I love it so much. Like we, as it's been evolving and what we've been creating in it, it feels so good. I mean, I think both for Susan and I, it's really important that, to her point, we don't deliver fluff, but there's actually things that happen. So by the end of it, you'll have something that you can walk away with, no matter what you decide to do in terms of the offer that's extended. So day one is where you're actually going to create your custom linchpin plan. I think there's a lot, and if you guys have been watching us on the book club, I think one of the things that, we are students of Russell. We believe in the strategy. We try really hard. Yay, Kaylin! So looking forward to having you there. We try really hard to honor the strategy and the perspective of Russell. I mean, because he has accomplished so much. At the same time, we are working in a space where I think the people who we are serving, and even for ourselves, how we prefer to serve and how we prefer to show up, and the type of resources that we have available to us on where we're at right now in the journey, we need to modify a little bit. And so we've created a special version of the linchpin that people will go through and be able to decide for themselves their linchpin plan based on what we know are some of the constraints and considerations that you need to make with where you're at in your journey and being a geek that you are. So that's super exciting. So we do that on day one, and that's just day one. So pretty much every single person who's gone through the challenge has walked out with creating their linchpin. That might be an over exaggeration. There's at least 80% of the people who like show up and are active, like they have a plan, have such clarity, like they're ready to rock. And that's just day one. And so it's awesome to see. Then on day two, we dive super deep into what we believe is the missing ingredient. And that is, when as a marketer, you don't start with looking at who are you serving and how. You have to start with you and what motivates you, what inspires you, what problem you're trying to solve. Like you have to start with you, or else continuity is a pipe dream. You might be able to like white knuckle and get an offer out there and make some money, but if you don't have you in that equation, that is going to be short lifespan. Versus if we're playing the long game, it's got to be something that comes from your head and your heart, in order to play the long game. So we focus a lot of that on day 2. Yeah. And then
And
finally,
since
yeah,
we're
go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, since we're talking about Russell Brunson and linchpin, I was gonna use him as the example because his business primarily for the last decade and a little bit longer has been ClickFunnels. And
Mhm.
he shows up consistently in that company because he loves marketing. Like he
Mhm.
loves marketing, and ClickFunnels happens to be the tool that helps him to be able to translate that marketing into sales. Um, and now he's launched Secrets of Success because he loves books. He loves old marketing and like personal development books. So, like, he's a really great example of like, if you love the thing that you're doing and you're passionate about it and you can just like geek out on it all the time, you can be there, you can show up consistently and as much as the business needs you to.
Mhm. Mhm. So true. And then you can feel it too. I mean, so he's acquired companies, and I mean, Russell's usually a pretty passionate guy, right? But the way that he talks about Lady Boss compared to the way that he talks about Secrets of Success, there's no comparison, right? Like comparison is his head and his heart. Like it is infectious, and it's just and he shows up for that, and the amount of that goes into that, it's pretty amazing.
Well,
So yeah.
and like with that said, he isn't in, like you mentioned, Lady Ross. I think Voomly is another company. There's a few other like supplement type companies. He doesn't show up in those businesses the same way. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
owner. He probably makes the high level type decisions in that company, but he's not showing up. He's not
Right.
like passionate about it
Right.
and creating content about it all the time. He's delegated that to other people that are passionate about those things
Yes,
in those businesses.
exactly. Exactly. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So that's just day 2. And so out of day 2, you come with a way to tap into your head and heart. And here's the cool thing is that we leverage AI in order to be able to then carry that message forward in a really cool way, and something unique to what we created. So super cool. And then finally, the third day is probably the area where, I mean, we love all the days, but the third day is our signature framework, and in the journey crafting part. And so, how do you actually create the experience of the continuity? How might you think about it? What are some of the considerations? What are some of the variables? How do you actually go about doing it? And so we talk a lot about the game plan to be able to do that on day 3. So, yeah, and so people walk away with, they know their linchpin, they have their messaging, at least pre the foundation messaging, and they know their service plan. So they know the type of experience that they're trying to deliver, and how to approach it. And that's all within 3 days, 6 hours, 3 days. It's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty.
It's really good. It's like we have Dan Haley on our team. Dan, if you're watching, hello.
Yes.
Um,
I
Dan's traveling, so he couldn't join us today. But he saw the first round of the challenge. So we've done this particular challenge once, but before it, we did a version of it that was only 2 days. We didn't have one of the elements in it, and like we got down on board. He was like, okay, this is like the best challenge that I've seen because you are actually like walking them through this. You're actually having them take these actions and make these plans. And since then, we get a lot of that same feedback for this challenge of, um, just this morning, Steve is one of the people in our group. He's like, I've joined a lot of different things. I've signed up to a lot of challenges and a lot of programs, and yours is the first one where I actually like participated in it fully, because of just the way that we were walking him through. And he was so sweet. He also said just because of the warm welcoming feel that we have, which is awesome.
Yep.
But we keep getting that feedback of like, this challenge is so good. We have people that are posting their linchpin plans by the end of day 1 in the group. Um, I'll, they there was one from the last challenge of like, oh my gosh, I actually have clarity in my business plan now. Like I've never been able to create a business plan. Because when we think of like business plan, we think of like of what the if you're gonna go get a financing like a loan for your business and they like need like this 50-page document of your business plan and it's like I never want to actually ever have to create something like that ever. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking
Right.
about like what pieces if you're obviously ClickFunnels, we're funnel users, what pieces, what funnels do you need to make, what assets do you need to make, and how do they all fit together? It's pretty much it's linchpin, right? Linchpin creates your business plan. If you
Mhm.
don't know what linchpin is, by the way, linchpinbook.com should be your next stop after you go sign up for our challenge
Yep.
and get that book, because that is, yeah, maybe we'll
Cool.
write our own like adaptation to it someday for the Geek Linchpin.
Yes.
An
Yeah.
edition. Get Linchpin
Yes.
book and then get ours.
Yes,
Or just come
exactly.
take our challenge and learn all about it.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. I love it.
so
Yeah.
quick like logistic details.
Yeah.
We are doing the 3-day challenge again this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when it starts. 10 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time.
Mhm.
And it's for 2 hours. It's free. You can sign up geekoutconnect.com/share your genius. It's free. We do follow linchpin method, so there is an upsell for you to get some extra access, which is actually also free. You'll see what that offer is on that page. It's pretty awesome. And it's just a good time. I'm excited. So the last time we did this challenge was during Russell Brunson's Inner Circle week. So I couldn't like actively participate. And I'm like, I'm excited. That's another kind of a selfish reason why I wanted to do it again. I'm like, I didn't get to participate in it the last time because I had to do Inner Circle stuff. So I'm excited for it this time. I get
I
to actually be there.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, so super exciting. And then I think do we want to switch gears then to the
Sure.
next kind of big yeah. So so we've been talking a lot. So it was interesting. Like when Susan and I first started Geek Out, we started doing like master classes, and that's what we were focused on every week in order to drum up excitement. We have, an amazing 2.0 group where people can come and ask questions. We even have, some people even from the ClickFunnels internally coming in there to help serve and support. And so it's a really great community of people who are actively trying to use 2.0. Now, when we first started the community, we did a series where we were analyzing 2.0 because we were in this position where all of our clients are in ClickFunnels. And so it was always the question of like, do I move to 2.0 yet? Right. And so we were on a mission to try to understand, if they switch, should they switch? In what way should they switch? And trying just to understand that question. We have grown so much in our understanding of 2.0. We've successfully launched about 10 clients now in some capacity on 2.0, or some variation of 2.0. And we've made some pretty big launches. And so I think we're at a much better point now to analyze 2.0. A lot of the questions that we had initially were, we think it's working, but we haven't tested it. We think this works, but it's a sample size of 1 click. Well, now we actually have more data on, no kidding, out in the wild. Does it work? Does it not work? Is it reliable? If so, great. If not, what do I need to be aware of? And so we are going to come back into a series coming into December with the 24 days of geekdom, geekmas, right? Is that what we called
Yes. So
it?
I'm literally trying to make a graphic right now to put up
Oh
on
my
the
gosh.
screen. And I was just
I
thinking, I think it's actually going to need to be like 15 days of Geekmas
oh,
because we'll do it like there's like starting Monday. We're,
yes.
we're literally figuring out details in real time right now, you guys.
Yes.
So if we start Monday and we do it weekdays up until Christmas, there's 15 days. So if we do the
Mhm.
15 days of Geekmas, and that'll take a little
Yes.
bit of pressure off of us to show up on the weekends.
I love it. Well, and here's the really fun part. So not only are we going to go and do a deep dive analysis of what we've learned with 2.0, and so you can come and get your questions answered of like no holds bar, even though we're unapologetically biased towards ClickFunnels, we keep it real. And we are honest in our assessment. We try to be fair and honest in our assessment. so people can make the best decision for them and their business. So we will do that exact same reporting of, okay, here are like the 15 things that people, it's like the most common use case of ClickFunnels. We'll go through that. We'll give you the goods, the bads, the beautifuls, the uglies, right? And then we have a special gift because in the spirit of giving, we have created Geek mods for every single one of those features, functions, things in 2.0. And if you don't know what a Geek mod is, are you living under a rock? No, I'm just kidding. Geek mod is something that it could either be a chunk of code, it could be a process, it could be a template, it could be a checklist, it could be something that makes that aspect of ClickFunnels 2.0 be better and improve both for your own building experience, but also for your customer experience. So though each one of the things that we talk about will come with at least one Geek mod for you.
I've got to get this graphic done. I have to share this. I'm talking.
It's so funny. So on that note, so we have the ones that we have in mind. We've been talking about what we would want to analyze. But if you have something in particular that you guys would really love to see in the 15 days of Geekmas, then just let us know and we're happy to address those. And my personal preference is it's not just about features and functions, but it's about what I call scenarios. So these would be things like, let me give you one that's probably one that's hot on your mind if you're anything doing with continuity, and that is, so Russell tells us to get people into a level 1 continuity, but then when we make our dramatic demonstration, we get them into an annual plan or we get them into our level 2. So what that means is I need ClickFunnels to be able to manage my subscriptions of like the thing they just subscribed to needs to switch over to this new subscription, and any kind of like prorating or anything that needs to happen, and how do you adjust that? So that would just be one example of a scenario that we know is a really common scenario for people. Another one, which is one of my favorites, is we know that Russell is pushing newsletters on funnel hubs, which if you're using what we call a newsletter nexus, like a newsletter to nurture, then you're going to have newsletter on your funnel hub. Well, right now, ClickFunnels out of the box, you put your little input form, you type in that I want to subscribe to my newsletter, and then it submits the form, and then nothing. It just brings you back to a blank input field. So the customer's like, did I subscribe? Did I not subscribe? What happened? So we have an amazing Geek mod that gives you a little chunk of code to get you right back into like getting a happy welcome message. So glad you subscribed. Way to go. And then put you back on the page. So little things like that we are looking forward to doing a deep dive on 2.0 and then giving you some Geek mod lovin' to make the experience better. How's the graphic coming, Susan?
Okay, I have the wrong graphic of us on here, but we're still going with it. I'll tweak it later. Are you guys ready?
It's awesome.
Okay, gotta put it.
Caitlin's in it to win it. She's like, come on.
Okay, here it comes. Here it comes.
Go. I feel like we need a drum roll.
Okay.
Like Monty Python. Yes.
I need to change the graphic of us, but it's okay. We're going to go with it for now. Don't you just love the Santa robot?
I love it so much.
Maybe that'll be one of the things is I'll show you how I created. So we have our geek robots, and this one might look familiar to you with its single eye, and but how did I get the Santa hat on and the scarf? And if you notice, he kind of has like a fluffy coat on too.
It's so cute.
How did I make that happen? AI, and I can maybe include that into the 15 days of Geekmas if you
Yes. Want. Did you even give him like Santa stockings? Like the little
I didn't, but I totally could.
It's so cute.
I'm going to go do this to a lot of our robots. I'm going to try to have 15 different ones, one for every day of Geekmas.
Yes, I love it. And Dan needs to be like our resident Santa with his big old beard.
Yes. Santa. Funny. Okay. So I'm just going to put Santa hats on us too.
Yes. Except for maybe Nicole, instead of a hat on her, we could just give her like ornament earrings.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe like an elf hat or something.
Yes, exactly, exactly. I love it.
Oh my
Came
gosh.
approves.
Okay. So how are we gonna deliver these, Andrea?
What a great
The
question.
people want to know.
I think we're gonna deliver them live into our Facebook group. So you
Yes,
gotta join our
I think
group to
that's
get
what
it.
yeah. That's a great place. So yeah, we'll stream them live into our Facebook group. So if you're not in our Facebook group, what an amazing time to come join it. If you go
Yay.
to geekoutcommunity.com, that should get you there.
Mhm.
Put it in the chat, and we're going to make sure that link actually works.
I was checking myself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
See, it should take you right to the Facebook group. Eventually, we'll have it to you to
Beautiful.
get it
Man,
done.
you are good
Okay, perfect.
behind the I love it. Yay. Amazing.
Okay, yeah, so we'll start that Monday. No idea what time. You'll just have to, it might be different day to day. You're just gonna have to be watching for it.
Mhm.
And we'll do, if you're on our email list, okay, one more plug. If you're on
Yeah.
our email list, which you can get added to our email list as soon as you join into the group, there's a place for you to put your email. That'll get you on our email list. We will make sure we do like because this will be for 3 weeks. We'll make sure we do a like recap email at the end of the week, delivering all of the ones that we put out that week, so that if you feel like you missed something, at the end of the week, we'll do a recap. So,
Love it.
and yeah, it'll be awesome. I'm so excited.
So fun. So fun. Yes. Amazing. Cool.
Okay. So, anything else, or should we just do a quick recap of what we just talked about?
I think we just need to do a quick recap.
Okay. All right. So, step number 1, you need to go get the, where's my thing at? Yep, you were on it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to stop clicking. Go sign up for our Share Your Genius with Continuity 3-day challenge. It starts next week, Tuesday. So there's the link, and it's in the description of this video too. So you can go into the description, click that. Get signed up to there, and then come into our group. Make sure you're in our group. I'm pretty sure our thank you page at the end of the challenge also invites you into our group, so you can kind of kill 2 birds with one stone there. And we'll see. There's a lot of fun stuff for the rest of December coming up. I'm really excited about it. And like, how much do we love this robot? One more time.
Oh my gosh, so
I'm so
much.
proud of it.
I think that's actually going to be like one of the surprise gifts, right? Is like every day, what robot am I going to get?
Yeah,
Like,
because
in
I don't
addition,
even
like,
know yet. We'll find out which robot comes out each day.
I love it.
I
I
have
love it.
a whole library of these robots. I don't think that I've actually ever shown this to everybody, but maybe now's the time, real quick, because I have it pulled up already.
Oh
Um,
man.
you can see a sneak peek. Hold on, we've got here. We'll show. Oh, you can't see that window. Hold on, we're gonna get there. Okay, if we
Yeah,
share.
Caitlin, you got it. Step 1, sign up for Share Your Genius. Step 2, tune in to the 15 days of Geek Christmas or Geekmas.
Here's just some of the robots.
Oh my gosh, so exciting.
And I've got like pages of robots. I've got pages of robots.
That's
So I have a
amazing.
lot of material to work with to make some Santa Christmas themed, holiday themed robots.
I love it. I love it
I will
so
be
much.
busy this weekend.
I love it.
Okay. All right.
Amazing.
So fun. Thank you, Kayleen, for watching with us too. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Have an amazing weekend. And we will see you starting Monday with day 1 of Geekmas. Yay.
Awesome. Yay.
Bye,
Thanks, guys.
everybody.
Bye-bye.